Saturday, March 8th, 2019. 1 minute of additional time, 20 meters to the goal, one shot to tie the game and save us from elimination. I had the ball. Greg, pass! It all happened so fast. Victory was in our grasp, and then it wasn't. I prayed there'd be some kind of miracle, but moments later they scored the final goal and ended our season. My season. After the match, our coach congratulated us, saying that we did the best we could, even though we didn't win. He said we still should be proud we made it here, and that soccer is a team sport that we all contributed to. There's no I in team. Everyone matters. Later that night, there's no I in team. Everyone matters. We won as a team. That last thought kept swirling in my head. Soccer is a team sport, and that we all contribute. But I can't agree with that. If I had just taken the shot and not my lazy teammate, I would have won. It should have been me, not that Bryce Anderson guy. This wasn't fair. Why should I have been held back by my teammates? I was supposed to be the best player. Flip. Screw having teammates. All I need is myself. I ended up sulking all the way home. Mom asked if I wanted dinner, but I said I wasn't hungry. In my room, I made a decision. I'm quitting football. Sunday, March 9th. When I woke up that moment, I immediately went to tell my parents that I didn't want to play football anymore. But before I could say anything, Dad handed me a letter addressed to me. I looked at the address and it was from the National American Soccer League. Dear Greg Heffley, you have been selected for a new experimental program for us on the American U20 football team. Unfortunately, we cannot share any more information with you in this document. You are expected to go to the National Sports and Athletics Association Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Travel expenses will be paid in advance for those who sign this document. You are to then email the person at the bottom of this letter for you to be allowed into the event. Must be done before the stated date at the bottom. At the center, you will be shown and explained to the contents of the program. The consent form is on the back of this paper. Please read through it carefully and sign with full name. From National Sports and Athletics Association. This could be my chance. This could be my miracle. I don't know why or what they want from me, but this may be my last chance to play soccer, to chase my dream. Without a second thought, I signed the paper. Mom and Dad were happy for me, and they were even more happy that they didn't have to pay for travel tickets. So with a click of an email, and the passing of a few weeks, my story began at Blue Lock. Ooh, a little title drop. Monday, March 17th. Today was the day I arrived in Minneapolis. To say my ride there went smoothly would be an understatement. Oh shoot! Did the flipping wing just break off? What the heck? I have to say though, the NASA Center, oh my days, I almost said NASA. The NSAA Center was way bigger than I remembered. It was like double the size, and it was in a weird pentagon shape. I looked around and it didn't seem like I was the only person invited. I didn't really recognize many of them. Only a couple of players from my state and some other players who won national tournaments. However, someone recognized me. Hey, you're Greg Heffley, right? It was Bryce Anderson. Now, I know what you're thinking. Flip this guy. He saw my victory. But realistically, I can't blame him. We were opponents, and he just wanted to win. The person I blame is my teammates. Honestly, it's a little reassuring to know someone else here. We talked for a bit, and he actually said that he thought I was pretty good at soccer, so that felt good to be vindicated. A little while later, we were let inside. I wasn't too sure what to expect, but I came here for a reason, and I wasn't going home now. Hello, my unpolished rocks. I'm sure you're all wondering the same thing. Why a bunch of noobs like yourselves are here? Well, let me explain. My name is Ego, Campachi Ego. Here at this facility, I'm going to break you open and turn you into the world's best football striker in order for America to win the World Cup. With the help of the NSAA, I've been allowed to make my own personal calling games called Blue Lock. Did you just say Blue Rock or Sock? Calling games? Who are you? Oh, and did I forget to mention there can only be one striker, So the rest of you will all go home and be forever banned from all American World Cup teams. So if you want to go down history, step through the door. You can't be serious, right? If I get eliminated from these games, no, these culling games, my chance of being on the American World Cup team is gone. That can't be legal. There's no way they can do that. And it seems a lot of people share the same thought. Who do you think you are? Boo, boo, boo. Who really is this bomb? You can't do that. Where's the commissioner, eh? That's crazy. Shut up. If you don't like this game, then go home. I don't want players who don't understand the basics of soccer. At soccer's core, all that matters is that you score more points than your opponent. As a striker, you can only rely on yourself to score. This is an egotistical sport. I'm sure some of you here have been in the exact situation where they needed to do that. You need to ego to become the best. Rely on yourself? Egoism? Do you honestly think that will change anyone's mind?
I am a striker!
Flip it. He's right. I lost that game because of my teammates, and I refuse to let it happen again. I need to learn to rely on myself and only myself. As I ran past the guy on stage, I looked back and that other people started to follow me. Soon, even the people who were against Eagles' plan started running. No matter what, I'll become the world's best football striker. Once everyone had walked inside, they were told to hand over all our stuff. Faithfully, I managed to bribe one of the volunteers into keeping my journal. Next, they split us up into groups of 12, and we were guided into different rooms. I looked around, and this was my group. Damn, I can pretty much tell who's going to be who for, well, who's going to represent each certain Blue Lock characters in the actual actual anime. Rowley, what's up? Man, I haven't seen you in forever. You too, man. This was my friend, Rowley Jefferson. We used to be best friends in middle school, while his family moved to a different town. Luckily, we both played soccer, so whenever our teams met, we got to hang out. Tuesday, March 18th. Today was our first day at Blue Lock, and it was probably the most intense day of my life. At around 11, Eagle came on the TV to tell us something. Hello everyone, ready for your entrance exams? Don't worry, it's very simple. Even a child will understand. The game is tag. If you're hit with the soccer ball, you're gone from Blue Lock forever. That's right. The person who touched the ball last would be eliminated. Once he said that, everyone was extremely nervous. Everyone, but one person. Why are you all so nervous? Just a little tiny baby ball, guys. Here, I'll get us started. Freckly touched the ball, intentionally. We started to scramble around, trying not to get hit, but that psycho had it out for me. As he said, the monster wants to try Greggy flesh. He proceeded to do this. Come on, Greg. I know you're stronger than that. Suddenly, I was the person I started to panic, and what made it worse was when I looked up and saw that I only had 1 minute left, I looked around for an easy target, but everyone was too far away, and whenever I got close, they all ran. I actually started to hyperventilate. I was going to be the first one out. However, thankfully, I saw that one person wasn't paying attention. Frankly, he got distracted by a bug on the floor. Come on, Greggy. You want to become stronger, right? That's why you were invited to Blue Lock. Now follow your instant text. I paused for a split second, taking in what he said. If I went for the easy option, I'll never get stronger. I need to follow my instincts as a striker. Uh-oh. Whoa. Ugh. In a matter of seconds, it was all over. The ball slammed into Bryce's face just as the time ran out. Everyone kind of just stood still for a while. We were all shocked that an entire thing just happened. But after the shock wore off, I realized what I just did. I eliminated Bryce from Blue Lock, and his response wasn't too kind. Why? How? How was I eliminated first? I won the regional championship. I was way better than any of you. Bryce started to rant about how this game is challenged and how it has nothing to do with soccer, and that he didn't believe his career needed to end here. He even started saying that we were nothing but trash compared to him and yap. Suddenly, however, Eagle came back to explain something to Bryce. It has everything to do with soccer, numbnuts. That room you're in is the exact same size of the penalty area. If you can't dodge a ball from your own teammates, imagine the chaos you'd cause the field. The fact that you didn't even move after you were hit is proof of that. I don't want strikers like that. Now F off and get out. And so I could see Bryce's eyes turn red, but he managed to bite his lips and walk out, but not before giving me a death glare. I felt pretty bad about eliminating Bryce, but it's just how life is. It's a dog eat dog world, man. Ego then said we had a break until 1 p.m. and then after that we would have to train for a couple of hours the next 5 days. Safe to say that wasn't the best news to hear after what I went through. Friday, March 21st. I want to die. Okay, I know that sounds concerning, and it is, but it's more the most accurate word and distributes the training for the last few days. Come on, your stamina's trash. 5 more laps. Everyone's been working hard for around 8 hours a day, and we all arrive back at our room being like dogs. The workouts we do are grueling, but hey, at least on the bright side, I'm getting a six-pack from this. Another thing I noticed is that everyone here has something unique about them. Jin Gigamaru, body control, regularly dribbling makes sense. Speed bump, stamina, so that means he's Raichi or however you say his name. Shirag, jumping, that's interesting. Ebert, height, Bert, physique. Rowley, straight striker, but oh damn. Ronnie McCoy, yeah, he's probably chicory. Matt Whitson, there's some side character. Jackie Marsh, oh yeah, that guy's cooked as well. Everyone except me, and maybe McCoy. I don't really have anything noble about me. I'm not really fast, not really strong either. Guess I really am the oddball of the group. If I can't find a way to separate myself from the rest of these guys, I might be cooked. Anyway, I feel like I could pass out any second now, so I'm going to end it off for today. Good night. I don't know what time it is right now, but Freddie woke me because he wanted to talk to me about something. I only agreed to it when he said he would give me his lunch portion tomorrow. I've got a monster inside me, Greg. Freddie started to explain his monster, how it tells him what to do, where to pass, and if to score. During our first exam, it was telling him to do all those crazy moves, and how he was actually glad to be here. From the moment I saw you, I sensed you had a monster in you too. I have a monster as well? I guess this wouldn't be impossible. That shot I made against Bryce wasn't really planned. I just sort of thought about making a shot and my body just reacted to it. Perhaps Wrigley's right. I do have a weapon in me. I need to find it fast before the end of training. Once I can find it, I'll be able to stand a chance against my opponents. After we sparred for a bit longer, we called it quits for today and went to bed. Monday, March 24th. Yesterday we finally finished training. Looking back at it, actually was probably for the best. My body feels great now, though pretty sore. Anyways, at around 11, Ego came on the TV and said that in 2 hours, the first selection exam would begin. The first selection will be about turning 0 into 1. The game is a round-robin tournament. The 5 teams inside this section will face off. A win is 3 points, a draw is worth 1, and a loss is 0. Out of the 5, only 2 teams can advance. However, the top 3 scorers on the other teams will also advance. I've also decided to reveal your ranking within the 300 Blue Lock players as well. Good luck. I looked down and saw my number. Damn, 299. I was the second lowest ranked in Blue Lock, and I'm not too surprised. A few seconds later, the TV turned off, leaving us with a lot to take in. At least it seems less stressful than the last game. If my team lets me down, I at least have a chance to still qualify into the next selection, although that left us with some new issues. As you can tell, we're all strikers, meaning that some of us would need to be on the defensive, and one unlucky guy would need to be in the goalie. This actually started an argument in the group, but thankfully someone had a solution. Okay guys, look, I know we're not used to playing different spots, but we can't win like this. Shark told us to stop arguing. They gave us the idea to play sky, blue, to pick positions. What on earth is that? Luckily, I was picked as centre forward. And additionally, I got to pick Fregley as my right-hand man. I picked him because I'm the most comfortable with his playstyle. Plus, his passing will help a lot. So with not much time left, we came up with the rest of the positions, chose Bert Bapley to be goalie. He wasn't too happy, and we headed off to the pitch. Was just luck. When we got to the pitch, the other team was already there. Honestly, I was a little intimidated. Team X looked pretty strong, especially the guy in front with spiked hair. But there was no point in running away. We came here for a reason, to become the best strikers in the world. Plus, we faithfully managed to practice a bit of our strategy during the 2-hour break. so we had an idea on what each of us could do. When both teams were ready, the match started. Instantly, it went to crap. Thanks, Greg. Right as I passed to Fregley, Speed Bump ran up from behind and stole the ball. He stole the ball from his own team. His own flipping team. We all started to yell at him to stop running, ruining our strategy, and to give the ball back. But what he said next changed everything. Didn't you hear what Eagle said? The person with the most goals qualifies no matter what. If I just score more goals than any of you, I'll win. That single statement hypnotized both teams. They all immediately dropped the plan and ran towards Speed Bump, stealing the ball. Only me, Fregley, Rowley, McCoy, and Sirag. Everyone else charged for the ball, throwing our entire team into disarray. Eventually, one of the players on Team X managed to break through. Out of the way, peasants. The guy with the spiky hair ran through everyone and stole the ball. And we could realize that if us five didn't do something fast, he was going to score. I ran towards to block him, and Fregley was standing to my side for the second ball. The second ball means the ball is free and no one has it. But when I got close enough, he did this. Did he just heel flick me? I didn't have time to turn before he got past the rest of us and scored. After the whistle blew, I had some time to talk with my teammates. Understandably, we were peed at Speed Bump for causing that whole mess. We ended up yelling back for a bit until the ref bust in and told us to get back to playing, or we'd all received disqualifications. And do you want to know what happened after when we restarted the match? Someone stole the ball again. Ugh, mother flipper. The same thing started to happen again. But this time, my teammates remember what happened with Barrow, and they instantly jumped him. Barrow, pass! Here. The rest of the players on Team X had stopped fighting each other and started to work with Barrow, the name of the guy who just scored, to score more points to win the game. I don't know why, but it was actually kind of impressive. Thanks to their teamwork, they ended up scoring 4 more points to close the game. Damn, these guys got cooked. What's different between our team and their team?
Oh, that blows. Guess we'll just have to kill our own teammates next time, huh?
Tuesday, March 25th. The post-match was not very fun. It seemed that our previous team bonding had almost completely eroded. Everyone was angry with each other, and for good reasons. That whole mess was caused by Speed Bump's selfishness. He might have stood a chance against Barrow's team if he didn't F up everything.
Well, if you didn't want that to happen, just let me play my way. Yeah, and why would we, after a stunt like that?
Okay, enough guys, we need to learn from this. Speed and Barrow weren't the only reason we lost. We discussed observations on the rest of Barrow's team, how they stopped fighting and started to work with Barrow. Yeah, but how did they manage to stop? Because Barrow became reliable. What do you mean by that, McCoy? I mean that he gave them something to work with. They realized that working on their own wasn't going well and used him to get goals. After McCoy said that, it clicked what Ego meant yesterday. Remember when Ego said that this election is about turning 0 into 1? Well, what I think he means by that is that in order for a team to work together, they need something to build off of. Simple, right? The reason why Barrow's team won is because he became the pillar for their success. Barrow's strength and reliability to score goals gave his team options. Think of it like building a deck of cards. We built ours with randomness, while his team rebuilt theirs into a natural strategy.
It makes so much sense now.
Wait, that gives me an idea on how we can win now. We could rotate our formation so that everyone has a chance to play their style of soccer. Once Gerard gave his idea, everyone was on board. It seemed to satisfy everyone, even Speed Bump. That gets me thinking though. Maybe with my weapons, my analytical ability, I managed to study from opponents and learn what to do better in the future. Perhaps this defeat is a new start for me. I'll take in everything I learned from this match and use it for tomorrow's match. With our discussion over, we all went to bed looking forward to our next match. Wednesday, March 26. Today was our second match in the round robin, and we were chosen to face Team Y. Unlike last time, we looked at some of the players we were facing. Our main concern was this guy named Rudy Bowler, who apparently managed 3 goals in his first game. We were all confident with our new strategy, and also because of one other thing. If we don't win this game, we'll be out of the tournament. The minimum number of points you need to pass the tournament is 7. Because in that case, at least 2 or 3 other teams must have at least 9 points. If we don't win or draw, this game is over for us.
Let's do this, egoists.
We started the game normally, thankfully, and started putting our team strategy into effect. With Fregley's awesome dribbling skills, he was able to get around Team X and Rudy. When he couldn't get through, he'd pass to me. Since I could read the field pretty well with my analytical skills, it wasn't too hard getting around people to pass back. Who knew writing in my journal, would help me after all these years? With our little back and forth connection, we shredded down the pitch. Luckily, Rudy wasn't doing anything, so getting past him wasn't hard. Then, when the opportunity arrived, Rowley came into play. Damn, so close. Right as Rowley went to take the shot, 2 members of Team Y blocked it. Suddenly the ball went flying and it landed in the hands of an Afro guy. Before I knew it, it was flying down the field. They managed to get past our defenders to where the guy with the Afro passed to Rudy Bowler. And at that point, it was already over. That was Rudy Bowler for you. He's their best striker for a reason. That didn't really go to plan, but at least it went way better than last time. We did also still have some aces up our sleeve with our switch up plan. So around half time, we decided to switch in speed bump style of soccer.
Damn it! All they did was pass during my turn.
You're lucky. I didn't have the ball for half my turn. The Afro guy kept ruining it. The real question is if the plan will even work. Because if it doesn't, we're finished.
Shut up, McCoy. You haven't told us your weapon.
Before everyone relapsed back to yesterday, Shrug stepped in to break it up. While that was happening though, I couldn't help but feel something was off during the first half. Rudy, despite being their best player, didn't do much during the game. A couple minutes later, the ball rang and we were back on the field. This time, we started off with Gagamaru style soccer. Here, is he gonna make that? Dang, super close. One more time. Gagamaru just barely missed the ball, but in the process, one of the defenders hit the ball out of bounds, giving us a free corner kick. As I walked over into position for the corner kick, I got a chill behind my back. I knew it! That chilly sensation was coming from the guy with the afro, Nico. He was the real mastermind behind this game, not Rudy. All those times when Rudy was passed to, it was from Nico. If I can shut him down, the rest of Team Y dies. Crap, I missed.
Nice pass, Isagi.
As much as I wanted to score that, I'm glad we at least scored. Doesn't matter as long as we're on the board now. For the rest of the match, I shot down Nico every time they passed to him. Just like that, my hypothesis was correct. Team Y couldn't score for the next 14 minutes on the clock, but they didn't seem too nervous, which confused me. You and I aren't too different. We both have the same eyes. While you can shut down my attacks, you can't shut down my mind. Right after he said that, the final whistle blew. Because both teams were tired, we had 1 minute left of additional time. That's when Team Y's final plan came into effect. An all-out charge. Every single player on the team moved onto attack. There were way too many for just 4 defenders, so they quickly became overwhelmed. Meanwhile, our attacks were all the way to the end. Before we knew it, it was all down to Bert versus Nico. But I knew Nico at this point. I knew exactly what he would do. It's over, Team Z. Here. Predictable as always, craphead. With the ball stolen, no defenders on their side, and a few seconds left, I charged up the field. There was nothing they could do. We passed the ball around a bit before it came back to me.
Score it, you egoists. Greg Heffley.
Nico was right. He and I were the same. But when it counted, he didn't take the shot and made the same mistake as me. Nico doesn't have what it takes to be a striker. But I do. I am a striker! Go! After I scored, the whistle blew. It was over. We won our first game. I felt amazing. Before I knew it, I was instantly jumped by my teammates. The good kind of jumping, obviously. They were all cheering that they won thanks to me, celebrating. As for Team Y, they looked like they wanted to die. I even saw Nico crying. After we went into the locker, Rally suggested we have a feast for our victory and that me and Gagamarush could cash in our goals for rewards. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that if you score a goal during the first selection, you get access to some cool benefits. It's to incentivize us to score more goals, and honestly, it's a good system if you ask me. Rewards for scoring goals: 1 goal, any choice food on the menu; 3 goals, cell phone back; 5 goals, an actual bed; 10 goals, a day outside; 25 goals, Insta qualify. Wow. There's some really good deals on that board, so I'm very happy I scored. So with that decided, everyone headed off to get dinner. Thursday, I think, March 27th. I remember waking up at who knows what time. After the big win we had yesterday, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like I managed to crush Nico and his team and probably got everyone but Rudy sent home. But I couldn't help but think about what the implications of the match were. Is my analytical ability really a weapon for a striker? The ability to sense a goal meant for someone like me? Maybe if I watched the match replay in the TV room, I could get a better grasp of myself. I looked around the room to find a path to get out and noticed that Chirag and McCoy were gone. So that left me some wiggle room to get out. Oh hey Greg. Yo, what's up McCoy? I didn't expect McCoy to be here. He said that he was here for the same reason I was, to watch my goal. And he actually gave me some good advice about my weapon. I never thought of it like that. Using my peripheral vision to see all around me gives a huge edge. Taking in all surroundings to find the perfect place for a goal is actually a really good weapon to bordering on top. On top? Bordering on OP, I think. Although, him mentioning my weapon reminded me that he hasn't stated his yet, so I asked him. I used to be able to run faster than anyone, but then one day my ACL got torn in the match. My doc says that if I tear it again, it's over for me. I won't be able to play soccer again. Heck, I might not even be able to walk again. Damn, that's crazy, man. It's actually the reason I'm here. To find a reason to give up on football. Hey, screw what your doctor says. You still have a chance to chase your dream. Shut the flip up. You don't know a damn about anything I've gone through. After that, he walked out the room. I didn't think he reacted like that. I guess his injury was pretty traumatic. Oh, traumatic reference. Yeah, I need to carry on that series as well. Yeah, I'll get onto that. Friday, March 28th. 3rd round robin game today. And I'll cut to the chase and get right into it. Those two are the Wanama brothers. They're the best players on Team W because of their insane coordination plays. How's your leg, Ruddy boy? Careful on the field. Wouldn't want to hurt it again. Apparently the brother of the big mouth somehow knew about McCoy's leg injury and started taunting him about it. I guess they must have some beef, as McCoy looked pretty shook when he said that. A few minutes later, the match officially began. With the same strategy as last time, and with the added knowledge of the Wanamo brothers, it was easy getting the ball up the field. In addition to my updated weapon, I eventually sensed where a player could score a goal. Chirag. I guess they weren't as good as we thought. With one pass from me, Chirag managed to score both the first goal of the game and the first goal of the match. Safe to say, this match started off with a bang for us. I even got a glimpse of Team W. Calm down, Wanamo. We talked about this. Our time will soon come. And things kinda got easier from there. Our place out and rotating composition finally hit its stride, and Chirag managed to score not 1, but 2 more goals. Yeah. Seems like Team W was going to be our easiest match yet. A little while later, half-time rolled around.
Well, I'll give you something, Charlie. You got hops.
With 3 goals in the first round, we've practically won. Honestly, at this point, I just hoped I got practice with my weapon at some point. Spirits were high for us all, except for one person. Hey McCoy, about what those guys said earlier. Yeah, I've had a history with them. I really don't want to talk about it though. I was a bit annoyed that he said that immediately, but I guess he has a right to his privacy. If McCoy doesn't want to be helped, there's nothing I can do. The bell rang a few minutes later, signaling the end of the halftime break, and so we all headed off. The round started off quick. It was speed bump with the kickoff and rally to the left. Speed managed to outrun the first 2 players, before thankfully passing to Rowley about 30 meters to the goal. With Rowley's super strong left kick, he could probably score. However, a few guys managed to get in front of him, so he had to pass to Shrug. Shrug, here! Got it, Rowley. Oh, uh-oh. Right after that, Wanmo brother number 1 managed to steal the ball and started passing it around with his brother. Remember how earlier I stated that they weren't very good? Well, apparently we were fooled. And suddenly they started to lock in and managed to get past everyone to score their first goal. And it kind of seemed after that goal, they found their flow and started making a flipping comeback. Oh, come on, flip. What the heck, Shrug? Stop messing up. You just let them score twice. Hey, guys, calm down. It's not over yet. We still have 27 minutes on the clock. Yeah, guys. There's plenty of time. Did Shrug just smirk? I wasn't sure if my eyes were tricking or someone was putting something in our cafeteria food. I would Shrug smirk, and something popped into my head, and my stomach was a bit shaky. Could Shrug be teaming with the enemy? Uh-oh. Whoops. There it was again. This time it was a lot more obvious. We were playing on our side of the field, and right after Shrug missed the header, the other team scored, making it 3-3. At that moment, it all clicked. There's plenty of time. Calm down to get out and twist that Shrug. That flipping beatard. Shrug, are you flipping betraying us? Bingo! Your little friend here told us everything about your team. Their weapons, their tactics. We let him score a couple as a payment. That's insane, Shrug. You wouldn't do that, right? Yeah, I would. Shrug was flipping betraying his own team. Right after he said that, he passed the ball to the Wanmo brothers, who were so caught off guard about what to do that they ended up so close to scoring. It was pretty much pandemonium after that. Practically both teams were yelling at each other. Speed Bump even picked Shrug up by the collar and looked like he wanted to beat the crap out of him. What the flip, Shrug? I thought we were a team. You hat. I'm gonna kill you. What can I say? This team is a joke. If I have to betray my teammates to win, then so be it. You all heard what Ego said. The players with the most points on the team gets to progress regardless if they lose. Before Speed Bump could do anything else to him, Ref spoke up on television, followed by Ego a second later. Speed Bump, yellow card. Please let go of your teammate or else you will receive a red card. Calm down, you nimrods. Although Mr. Gupta's plan may seem illegal, there's nothing in the Blue Rock rules against it. However, Shrug Gupta, you're the worst flipping player I've seen in my life. You're the lowest of the low. If I could parade in the street like a dog, I would. You and your crappy formula for success shouldn't belong here. After Ego said that, he left and the game resumed. To say our spirits were crushed would be an understatement. Playing against 10v12 was a nightmare, as Team W was playing a defensive style to wait out the clock and eliminate our team. Remember how the round robin works? If we lose this game, it's over for us. Why are you doing this, Shrug? I thought we were a team, friends. Greg, you're a smart guy. This team never stood a chance. We barely managed to beat the last team. Team V is apparently even stronger. A team like this doesn't have a chance. I only had my dream taken away and I refused to have it taken again. I tried to reason with Shrug, but it looked like he wasn't going to listen. Before I could say anything else, he then passed the ball to Wanmo brother number 1. Thankfully, we weren't out yet, as somehow Jackie Marsh tried to use his weapon to snag the ball from the player. Whoa! Too slow. Immediately, Jackie was side tackled and the ball was stolen, and McCoy couldn't even move to save his life. Team W almost ended up scoring if it weren't for Bert. And what didn't help is that Shrug and Keisuke, yes, I just found out about his name now, were constantly taunting me. I'll be real with you, I was getting really freaking annoyed. Give up already, you're wasting your time, Greg. Shut up, you rat. Even if you tie the game, it's still game over, Greg. I said, shut up. When my dreams be crushed like this, if my teammates can't help me, then I have to do it myself. However, just as I said that, Some fliphead from Team W swiped it away again. It was like I was in some hellish cycle. Anytime I got close to the ball, they'd pass it away. Eventually, the ball managed to land by one of our players, McCoy. But as you know already, he wasn't going to do anything. McCoy! Move out of the way, McCoy! You dead weight! When I was a kid, the thing I loved more than anything was running. The wind in my hair, my feet hitting the ground, it was amazing. That naturally led me to playing soccer, which I liked even more. It was so much more fun. Everyone said I was born with talent, and I believed them. I believed I could be the best striker in the country, even the world. That was my dream. You think you're better than us, huh, McCoy? That was until that day. In a matter of moments, my life was completely changed. The dreams that boy once had were gone. Of course, others thought otherwise. They thought that with enough care, enough rehabilitation, that dream would come back. But I knew better. I knew that I wanted to give up on football, or at least that's what I wanted to believe so badly in my heart. I don't know why, but seeing that guy try his hardest makes my blood boil. He's just like me. He's not afraid. You know what? If this is going to be my last game, it doesn't matter if I break this stupid leg. I'm not going to worry about this ever again. I can do this. Roddy McCoy, the fastest. After I got the ball back, I sensed something. The same feeling in my previous games. The smell of a goal. My eyes started to dart around the field. You wouldn't believe who they landed on. Better late than never, McCoy. Thanks for the free ball. Now time to close the game. Out of the way. Instantly, McCoy managed to sprint to the ball before Shrug even got close. It was like a missile. He ended up leaving Shrug in the dust and was rapidly approaching the goal. However, the Wanamo brothers ran up to try and stop him. With less than 1 minute left, it was all up to him now. Huh? Is he going to pass to himself? How? Don't let him score. Foul him. Flip, yeah, let's go. Everyone on the team started celebrating. Because of McCoy, our team was barely saved from a surefire elimination. McCoy, your speed. I thought you couldn't even walk. But it wasn't sunshine and rainbows for all of us. When I looked over to Chirag, I saw he was getting the crap beaten out of him by Team W, as he deserves. Now, I know that a lot of you aren't going to agree with this, but we did decide to step in and stop the beating before it got out of hand. Somebody stop him! He's getting away! While both teams were calming down, Chirag took his opportunity to run away. He debated about going after him, but it wasn't worth it, so we just went back to the locker room. So what happens now? Well, because of the way the tournament works, we need to win the next match to advance. Yeah, but it's Team V. They've won almost every match by at least 5 points.
Then we've just gotta win by 10.
After we all finished changing, we decided to have a special dinner in honor of McCoy. As if he didn't awaken, we'd be working at McDonald's in the next 4 months. However, when we got to the dining hall, we saw this. Look at what they did to me. Yup. Unfortunately, we have to deny your plan of treasury as it's not in line with our mortals. Did I sound smart saying that, guys? Nope. Stupid Exaruda. Anyway, that's cool and all, but hard pass, man. Strag was trying to flip and sell us out again, but it looked like this team had some self-integrity, as they just brushed off Strag's attempt to cheat. We debated what to do, if we should step in before they changed their minds or not. But what happened next forced me to speak up. Rio, I'm too tired to swallow any more food. Carry me back to the dorms.
Nagi, I brought you here because you said you were hungry.
Hey, wait, I'm not finished. Listen, if you're so weak, you need to cheat to win, why are you even playing? Honestly, football's such a hassle. Why even bother playing if you can't even win? Hey, don't you dare mock football like that. Huh?
Who are you?
Team Z. Saturday, March 29th. Ever since that conversation with Team V, our team has been training harder than ever for the next match, except for Chirag.
Don't even think about touching the ball, Chirag. I'll kill you for real.
Yeah, whatever. Team V is still going to win tomorrow's match. Anyway, remember what Ego said during his rant at Chirag? He mentioned the word formula for success. I think I might have understood what he meant by that. Your formula sucks. Everyone has a weapon, but if they can't score with it, they're useless. What he means by formula is if a person can repeatedly find a way to use their weapon with success. That's why he says Chirag's formula was crap. If I'm going to win tomorrow's game, I need a better formula to score goals on my own. The one time I did score a goal, it was only possible with the help of one of my teammates. I need to be an egoist and score on my own. And there's one person here I think can help me. The frick do you want, donkey? I need your help, please. Yeah, only if you grovel at my feet. Well, I guess it's not going to be that easy. But as you know, I've grown into a true egoist by now, so I'm not gonna give in that easily. Please, Baru, you're my only hope. Please. I need this. Now, before you go calling me a coward, time is of the utmost priority. The faster I get the information, the better. Anyways, Baru ended up telling me about the way he scores goals is that he has a certain spot in the field, about 27 meters from the goal, that he's mastered and he can always score from there. After he told me that, I finally got the whole picture of this puzzle. A, my weapon, plus B, the method I use, equals C, the result, a goal. However, it's a little tricky in my case, as my weapon doesn't work like Baru's. While I don't know exactly his weapon, it's more than certainly not special awareness given his dragon power. Well, it's getting pretty late now, so I'm off to bed. Well done, Greg Heffley. You figured it out before anyone else. Your growth here at Blue Oak has been faster than most. I'm looking forward to your awakening. Sunday, March 30th. Today's the day. It was our last chance to make it out of the first qualifier. Everyone was pretty tense, me included. First things first, we discussed our game plan and who to look out for. We're starting Gagamaru, Rowley, and McCoy as our primary attackers, and have me and Fregley as passers and playmakers.
Hey, Greg, if we lose here, we'll probably never get to play football together again.
Hey, if that's true, then let's make it the best game ever. We walked in and saw the 14 people waiting. It looked like they meant business, but if they wanted to win this tournament undefeated, then they were sorely mistaken. They got the first kickoff. The guy with purple hair started with a ball and approached us. Thankfully, with our teamwork, we blocked off his path, but he pivoted to the glasses guy.
Wow, he's fast.
That glasses boy was really fast, maybe faster than McCoy, but thankfully, when he tried to pass the white-haired guy, Matt blocked it. With the ball in our possession again, we managed to get it onto their side and took a shot at the goal. So close. Just barely Gagamaru missed, and the ball ended up going out of bounds, which meant it was theirs again. We actually started to feel pretty confident after almost scoring a goal like that. But what the purple-haired guy said next made us reevaluate our control of this match.
Wow, this team's actually pretty good.
Hey Nagi, let's end with a number 3 special. It was just the way he said it. It was like we were just another game to them, like NPCs in video games. Right after that, he kicked the ball over the field right to him, and the guy did this. Is this guy even human? I didn't even think a play like that was possible, but he did it effortlessly. There was no stopping a play like that. We'd even get mad when Bert couldn't save it. Good boy, Nagi. What the? Nothing. There was nothing we could do. And it wasn't just Nagi we had to deal with, as both the purple-haired guy and glasses boy were almost as strong as him. Don't you go thinking I'm not also a threat. Whoa, he can pass like that?
Order up, McCoy.
Caught up to me?
Territory.
It's over. There's nothing we got that can beat them. At that moment, our dreams felt crushed against players like that. Players like Nagi, we just aren't special enough. But right as all hope seems lost, someone spoke up.
Heh. Aha. Finally, something fun for the monster in me.
Fregley was excited.
Come on, Greg. Don't tell me you of all people are afraid. That goes for all of you too. The only difference from the last match is that these guys are super special. So we want to beat them. We'll just have to be even more special.
Right after he gave that speech, he took the ball and gave the most jaw-dropping play I've seen at Blue Lock yet. Is that even legal? Damn. That was something else. Fregley managed to get everyone back in the game with a single goal. And what he said is true as well. If we want to beat these guys, we just need to play as strong as them and then some. And so, from then on, we locked the flip in. Alright, Speed Bump, your huge stamina means you're the only one who can guard Rayo from passing to Nagi.
Don't tell me what to do, Greg. Not happening.
Just so you know, that goal was a fluke. It won't happen again.
Yeah, I know. But to quote yourself, it's not just me you have to worry about.
Let's go! With that shot, it was now 2-3. Only 2 goals left till we can win. And good timing too, as right around then, the half-time whistle blew. That was a crazy knuckleball, bro.
You like it?
That was the first time I've ever successfully done that. Honestly, it was because of Fregley that I managed to do it. Seems like Fregley's goals really have an effect on our team. Crazy how just a few minutes ago everyone was just down in the dumps. It's got me thinking again about my goal formula. Fregley managed to create his own goal formula so easily, and Rally managed to follow him. So how am I going to catch up? How am I going to find my formula? Just then, the end of half-time bell rang. Let's win Team Z! Yeah! I started with the ball. We started to move up on the pitch, getting around most of the players thanks to Fregley's insane dribbling, which I'm not even sure is physically possible sometimes. But unfortunately, he overshot it to Gagamaru, who wasn't able to... Did not expect him to that. Not only did it catch me off guard, it caught the goalie off guard too. Not happening. Suddenly, the ball was flying at me. I was pretty surprised that Alex Ruda defended that shot. I guess they're taking us seriously now. I only had a split second to react, so I tried to take a shot. Damn, there's too many in the way. Crap, I wasn't able to shoot a goal. Fortunately, Rally was there to bail me out. But damn, if only Fregley's physics defies dribbling. Wait, no, I can't think about what I wish I had. I need to focus on how to evolve a new weapon. Hey, you're pretty wasteful. Huh? You had a chance to score, but you took the easy way out and passed. What a waste. Honestly, you guys are such a hassle. You stand no chance of winning, so just give up and stop making things difficult. Getting bored. Flip off, genius! Man, that guy's really getting on my flipping nerves, especially at a time like now. Why does that genius have to subtly mock me? However, while I was having to think over what he said, something interesting was happening on the other side of the pitch.
Were you gonna pass, pre-boy? You're just a sitting duck without your boy toy.
Shut up! Me and him are not secretly in a relationship behind my rich father's back. Real Mikage, you look odd.
I didn't even mention that, but I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
I'm not sure why I reacted that hard, but I'm not complaining since now we get a free kick. Thanks for the ball, Speed Bump. Good luck getting allowed me. Crap, his acceleration is crazy. There's no way I can dribble around him. Wait, that's it. Your acceleration is pretty good in closing the gap, but against a drawn-out sprint. You think you're gonna get there before me? Huh? My top speed will always win out. Just like that, the game's tied up. We had all managed to scrape together 3 goals, and we needed only 1 more to beat Team V.
In your face, Chirag.
Oh, shut up. This is pointless. They're still gonna win in the end. Right, Team V? Just shut up, trash. We stopped rotation giving Hubert the ball. Our goal was to have him give the ball to Jackie and slip past the enemy. But unfortunately, Rayo snagged it away from him. Luckily for us, Speed Bump was right on him before he did anything.
You look shaken, rich boy. Is losing that scary? Because I'll be happy to give it first hand.
I remember it was just a normal day at school. Average weather, average temperature, average day. That's how I like it. Otherwise, life would be a hassle. Living is such a pain.
Oh shoot, Sa.
While I was playing on my phone, some kid bumped into me. Thankfully, I managed to get my phone before it hit the ground, but I still ended up dying. Bummer.
Yo, that was amazing. Are you on the soccer team?
Huh? No? Hey, you're the rich kid. Can you lend me some money?
Sure, but only if you play soccer with me.
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna have so much fun.
I thought that by the end of it, he'd give me the money and I'd play a few games after school for a few weeks. It'd be a pain, but I would get some serious money from it. But that's not what happened.
Good morning, my star player.
How do you have my number?
Oh, I just bought the company that owned your carrier number.
That freaked me out a little. I asked why he was calling me, and he said that we needed to pick out my shoes and gear. Great. What a hassle. And I was spending the entire day trying different stuff for a sport I didn't even like. If this is what my life is going to be like for the next few weeks, oh, may God help me. Why are you excited about this?
Because soccer is fun, and I get to dress you up.
Monday, November 22nd. We've had a bunch of practice these past few days. Feels like my body wants to fall apart. If I knew how much of a hassle soccer was, I'd never have taken Rio's money. Rio, how much more of this?
Until we're the best.
How do we become the best?
To be the best, we need to win the World Cup. That's my dream.
That sounds tough.
You bet. But with your genius, me and you will win the World Cup.
That sounded kinda cool. Hassle, but worth it. Maybe playing soccer with Rayo will be interesting. Hey Rayo, you can drop paying me because I'll win the World Cup for free. So that leads me back to this moment when I saw Rayo getting nervous about losing his dream, my body acting on its own. Rayo, boss! Out of nowhere, Nagi started to move without being told, which completely caught everyone off guard. Huh? Nagi, what's with this guy? Is he evolving? Hey Rayo, you are right. Soccer is fun. No, there's no way he could have done a shot like that on his own. It doesn't make sense unless all this time Nagi wasn't trying. Nagi's just been doing stuff on his own, putting in passive effort. What we thought was trying was him doing the bare minimum. We've brought this upon ourselves.
What are we gonna do? And there's only 15 minutes left. We're cooked.
Rowley, you're the only one with enough bulk left to cover someone like Nagi.
Yeah, but who's going to cover the midfield? We need to switch to idiots. If we give up now, we're finished. I don't want my career to end with you guys and let me lose. Do what you do best and attack, attack, attack. You're strikers, aren't you?
Yeah, Speed Bump's right. If we want to win, we need to kick it up a notch on offense. It's the only way. If we're going to win, I need to evolve my right here. But the question in my mind was still how. Right now, I need to put all the information in my mind and put it all together and figure out what to do. Come on, Greg, think faster. What will happen next? I know Nagi will try to do something. Wait, Greg is probably looking to pass this on, but who? That's who. Oh no, you don't. Run, McCoy. Oh no, it missed. I got it. Yes, it's just how I imagine it. I thought who and where Fregley would pass to, where this weak spot was, and exactly where Nagi would go. I used my knowledge of my teammates and my imagination to play out the game in my head, and it worked perfectly. With these eyes and this brain, I'll see the future and win. With this newfound knowledge, I felt that more than ever, I was going to win. But still, I still felt it wasn't going to be easy. Here you go, Nagi. Crap,
got so caught up in my own head of thinking about how to win, I forgot about the game for a split second. Now he was going to score again. What's his best option? If I go in front of him, he will just trap it low and go around me. Or if I go behind, there's a chance he will trap it high and shoot. I think my best choice is to go far and block his shot angle and wait for backup. Not good. If he scores that, we're finished. Stop him! Somebody stop him! We all just stood there, dumbfounded. Shrug had no reason to jump in front of the ball like that. He was already guaranteed to pass, so he just did nothing, he would have won. Shrug, why'd you do that? Why'd you block the shot? Bro, I think he's flipping that, bro. Honestly, I have no clue why I did that. Now, it's up to you. With Shrug's mysterious final act, we still had 1 minute left of the clock. It's do or die time. Loose ball. Heck no you ain't glasses, boy. Got out! Come on, score already, you monster. 30 seconds left. I have the ball and most of the team is behind me. I just need to get the ball over there. It's no use. No, the vision of my goal is disappearing. I can't score on my own against this guy. Who should I pass to? McCoy? Rowley? I can't do this. I can't. No, I want to win with my all. In that moment, it all clicked. The reason I don't have a weapon is because I'm scared. Scared of losing, scared of missing, scared of my shortcomings. But starting now, I'll stop being afraid. I'll forge a new weapon right here, right now. I'll chase after the future where I win. Let's go! We did it! Yatta! We're still alive. I just beat myself. Woo! That last minute shot was incredible, Greg. Thanks, but if it weren't for you all, there's no way we could have won. If it weren't for each one of us pulling our own weight, yes, even Sharag, we would have lost. But thanks to our teamwork, we made it through the first selection. With our heads held high, we went back to the food court to celebrate. Later that night, hey Greg, I don't think I've gone to truly thank you yet. When I saw you trying to win a few days ago, it made me so angry at myself. I wasn't afraid to try. Actually, you're kind of wrong about that. During that match with Nagi, that was the most frightened I've ever been. But now that you're telling me this, I guess I've always been the first to get over fear. That's a monster for you. I'll see you later, diary. I'm really tired right now. Good night. To be continued in Blue Lock Striker, second selection. Nah, this is pretty good. I love this series.